Pitch. Pitch is the auditory sensation in which a listener assigns musical tones to relative positions on a musical scale, based primarily on the frequency of vibration. Very complex, right? Higher frequencies correspond to higher pitches. So if I play a note up here, it has a higher frequency than a note down here. And lower frequencies correspond to lower pitches. This perception is a fundamental aspect of how we experience and interpret music. It's important to note that a note is something that we see on the page. A pitch is what we hear. In our early exercises, we focused on both pitches and notes. You would hear a pitch and then try to identify the written note. While you probably had difficulty getting the pitch right, over time, it became much easier to see a note and call it by its correct name. Humans have a highly refined visual system, but we can also refine our auditory system to begin hearing more in each pitch. If you keep doing the ongoing exercise recommended at the end of part 2, you'll begin to hear these differences as well. That exercise is important. It often seems very easy to people, but make sure you're doing it, because if you just do it for a couple minutes a day, just don't worry about the effect, whether or not it's working, just do it every day, you will start to hear things differently. You'll put on an old album you haven't listened to in a long time, and all of a sudden you'll hear things that you never heard before. Some of you will develop perfect pitch. That's just a fact. A small percentage of you who have the latent ability will probably develop perfect pitch. Will it be as good as somebody born with perfect pitch? Time will tell. But there are people that have completed these exercises that have started to be able to identify notes. Even if it's a little bit slower than somebody with natural perfect pitch, that's still useful because that means your ear is really opened up. So keep doing that exercise and see what happens.